All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got something special with me. This is the Arno Bernard Knives Rinkhals. I got this guy from Thunderbird Gear because I live in Canada. And as you might know, in Canada there's a pretty strict law for importing folding knives. And these guys have a pretty good selection of brands. They're really helpful, and I recommend any Canadian fellow to just purchase from them to avoid any issues at the border. So I bought this guy from Thunderbird Gear, really helpful. Steve is an amazing person, really love him, like big shout out to him. And we're gonna just also do an unboxing, because the unboxing experience, it's really interesting. Like the box itself is very well made, and it's worth mentioning. Look at this. They even tell you where the region, the knives are made from. It's overall, you got the model name, you've got a preview of what's gonna come in the box, and then they provide a beautiful microfiber cloth. Come on, guys, this is some serious quality. I don't know, silky smooth. It's beautiful. It's double sided, so it has 2 layers, and it's very, very, very smooth. Then you've got your certificate of authenticity, which states, model, the model number, the scales material, the blade, and the sheet. Very, very interesting. Then you got your knife in this really cute bovine leather pouch. And as well, they provide like a titanium filler tab. So if you don't like the pocket clip installed, you can just remove it and, pop this guy in, and it's gonna be nicely flush, and you don't need to buy anything else. So very, very nice addition to the package. And then you've got this really, really pretty looking knife in this in its pouch. You can just put it out. It's quite snug because it's new. And then you have your Rinkhals. This is the Warthog scales, and with a nice Warthog lanyard bit with bovine leather lanyard. So really, really, nice. Let's see, first of all, a size comparison, because this is not a big knife. It's quite small, and we're going to compare it, like, for example, with some other smaller guys. Like this is the James brand, County. And then you've got, this is against your Lethier Nature. There you go. You see, it's a pretty compact knife. It's like more or less like the size of a Chris Reeve Nandi. This is up against your Lion Steel Opera. I'm gonna show you like some dressier knives, and this is up against like a Laguiole Nature. So from Fontenil Pateau. Up against a couple of more popular guys, I can show you how it stands up against, for example, Paramilitary 2, which is this big boy over here. And as you can see, the size, it's kind of like dwarfing the Rinkhals. And this is up against your PM3, and this is up against with the Benchmade 940. So there you have it. Let's start analyzing, as usual, the look, the sound, and the feel of this truly, truly spectacular knife. I really already am in love with this guy. This is an original design from Arno Bernard, and it's a slip joint, which means there's no lock, and you just have a halfway stop right over here. This is made in South Africa, and it's simply lovely. It's very well made, and as you can see, it's like full of really nice details. For example, like the pivot screw, it's a T15, so it's not a small one. So I love like larger Torx bit size, and it has been decorated as you can see. You know, it's pretty attractive, I think. You have your logo over here. You know, it's not obtrusive. It's very discreet. I appreciate that because this is a gentleman's knife. So it's not loud, you know, it's not flashy. It's just exudes like pure class. Something interesting, of course, is the material used, employed in the scales. This is Warthog tusk. So it's just incredible. It has these little nuances here. Look at this. I don't know if you can appreciate that little yellowish spot over there, which gives like a truly interesting and unique character to this scale. Very, very unique. You know, pivot, it's not captive. It's spinning. You've got your lanyard hole over here. They used some nice leather to do like a braided lanyard with this knot over here to, you know, to keep the bead in place. It's pretty spectacular craftsmanship. The liners are made of titanium. It's bead blasted or sand blasted, I'm not sure, but it overall has a nice finish to it. You have your spring in the back over here, which is it's flush. It's nicely, you know, nicely designed. You have, you know, all the chamfering going on around every surface. They didn't leave anything to the chance. They just chamfered everything beautifully. I love it. The blade, of course, is dead center, right there. You've got many of you, you know, probably have recognized this clip design. It's similar and resembles the Chris Reeve pocket clip employed in the Sebenza 21, for example, 25, in Cosi 31. So same clip. It's very well designed. It's super functional. You know, you have this pretty nice ramp over here, so it's easy like to slip into almost any pocket. But personally, it's too simple for me. I'm not like a fan of this one, but in this case, it works. And you know, you also have, if you don't like this one and you just want to use your pouch, you can just remove the pocket clip, pop in the filler tab, put the screw back in, and you're good to go. So it's a nice option. What else we can say? You know, of course, like this is super easy to disassemble because there's just a couple screws, one here, you just unscrew those and boom. It's ready to maintain, to clean up. So pretty simple construction with an overall super sleek and classy and classic design. It's not ambidextrous because, you know, you cannot reverse the clip on the other side, so just on this side, but you know, whatever, it's all right. When you open the blade, you can appreciate like the profile of this knife, which is truly good. I really love it. The blade material is RWL 34. You've got this nice drop point over here. The blade, as you see, like this angle, like 3 lines, basically one, you know, plain edge, and it's just like straight up to here with a little belly. Over here, you've got a nice thumb ramp, you know, with some jimping going on. It's very nice. The nail nick, it resembles the nail nick present on the Mnandi, Chris Reeve. Very similar, a little bit different, but I like the look it gives. It looks like an eye of I don't know, of a Rinkhals, which is a snake. So that's why probably they chose this profile here. And it's not a fuller, it's just like a nail nick, and it's pretty functional. You've got a nice flat grind. And here you got your plunge grind over here, which is common to other South African makers like Andre Thorborn. It resembles a little bit his style, you have a pretty nice symmetry overall. The edge, it's absolutely symmetrical. Also the grind is exactly symmetric. So there you go, right there and right there. So these lines are ending at the same point in both sides. This hardware here, it's protruding a little bit. It's not like fully flush, but you know, it's nothing uncomfortable or anything. You've got really thin overall profile. You know, it's surely nice and pleasing. You have a nice chamfering going on around the spine of the blades here. The stock is quite thin, so pretty good slicer. It's gonna be awesome, like to do, you know, small food prepping. The tip, it's pretty thin, and but it's solid at the same time. As well, you have like a nice sharpening choil over here, not a finger choil, but it's gonna be helpful when you're gonna strop or sharpen this blade. You've got some nice jimping over here. It's not aggressive. It's very well made, and there's no billboarding going on the blade. It's pretty sterile, and you have just, as we said, the logo right over here, which is not distracting or anything. So let's hear a little bit of sound, because this blade has a beautiful walk and talk. So you have basically a couple options. You can make noise or just be almost silent and be quiet if you need to. So there you go. So this was loud, and you can be loud also in closing the blade. That's very loud. Again, it's a beautiful walk and talk. If you want, you can just be silent, almost silent, and just do like this, or in the opening. That's the noise you can make. Again, it's pretty quiet, so you can be very discreet when you open this blade. Oh, look at that. This was completely silent. So it's beautiful. The sound it makes when it closes and you don't take the blade like with your hands in the closed position, it's a solid thwack. This translates into quality, you know, to my ears. When I hear this means quality, guys. When I hear this, it means solidity. It's like, even if it's a slip joint, you know it's not gonna go anywhere. You need to push really hard here in order to have this, you know, movement of the blade. So beautiful and strong spring. The feeling in the handle, it's nice. It's pleasing because you have no hot spots. Even if the clip would suggest otherwise, right here, in my case, like the clip just ends up being in between these two fingers, right here. That's the natural position you're gonna hold the knife. So it's not gonna be bothering you. And there are no sharp edges whatsoever around. It's beautifully chamfered. You know, even if the grip is small, you've got these finger grooves over here, which are helping to gain a little bit more purchase, a little bit more grip. Of course, there's like no blade play. You got this play, of course, being a slip joint, but side to side, none. You know, the clip has a pretty good retention. It's not like super strong, but it's nicely and springy. I like that. And fit and finish is on top. I mean, I don't see any gaps, you know, around the inlays. You cannot see any imperfection. There is only a very, very slight difference in height over here, but we are talking like, I don't know, less than 1/10 of a millimeter. So very, very, it's a nitpick. It's just like a little think. I don't know if you can appreciate that, but overall very smooth. You don't feel any sharp corners. It feels solid. It's a small blade, but it feels solid. It has been well built. The jimping also is functional, so the feeling is very good. You know that you can use this one, so it's not just like there for like decoration. When you open the blade, the feeling, of course, the deployment is slow. This is a two-hand knife. You can try to pinch with one hand open, but I don't recommend that. You're just gonna use your nail like here, or you can just pinch like in this position. So you have a slow deployment speed, but it's very smooth. So it's super smooth and it's strong. So this spring is very, very strong. When you close the knife and you shake it, there's nothing rattling. So everything stays in place as it's supposed to be, and it just gives you that feeling of something really made out of good material and well designed, and overall like exudes quality. This is among one of my favorite blades, and I think they did a purely stunning and lovely job with this one. I'm very, very impressed with this one, and that's all for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.